plain stupid or playing stupid. There's a huge difference. I'm not going to talk about plain stupid because I personally don't think anyone is plain stupid. And I just won't even bother talking about it. But today I will talk about playing stupid, acting stupid, intentionally, deliberately, for whatever reasons. Personally, from my experiences, first impressions always count. And I'm a silent person for the most part when I meet someone. I'm silent and I'm a big observer. One thing I've noticed is that when people don't think much of your cognitive ability or just your general intelligence or lack thereof, they are more likely going to show you their true colors because they think you won't notice, or they just think you're not intelligent enough to pick up on it. So their true colors truly come out. And if there's anything I remember, Maya Angelou said, if someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. The act of playing stupid is an art like no other. It's an art like no other. It's something you should do, especially when you are in unfamiliar territory with people that you've probably met for the first time and you're trying to figure out. Muhammad Ali said, when you enter a room full of snakes, in the back of your head, you know that not all snakes are poisonous, but for the most part, they are. So you don't have time to decipher which one's poisonous or which one isn't. Your automatic instinct is survival mode. You're not gonna go into the room and try and figure out which one's poisonous, which one's not. Your automatic instinct is survival mode. So if anything, you're going to avoid the snakes or keep away from them or run away from them or whatever, right? But let's say you can't. You cannot necessarily run away, or you cannot necessarily avoid them or keep away from them. You're in a room full of snakes. Hate to call them that, but let's say you're in a room full of new people and you're trying to figure out how much of yourself you should show. The best way to go about that is to play dumb. A lot of people do this. Some people don't even openly talk about it. Some people don't even know that they do it, but don't judge them. It actually is a very, 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 I said very like 100 times. It's actually an extremely good way of human interaction without necessarily showing out, without necessarily blowing your cover, without necessarily having to open too much about yourself. Obviously, when you meet someone, you don't want to be a know-it-all. You don't want to be the person whose voice has to be heard above everyone else's voices. Because everyone, when it comes to first impressions, they will always form an opinion of you. Whether you're on the high end of their opinion or the low end of their opinion, no matter where you are in life, when you meet someone for the first time, a first impression will always be made. If you happen to fortunately or unfortunately be of the lower intelligence community and people's first impressions, then so be it. Let's rock on that lower intelligence community that a lot of people have sort of sidelined us to, or put us into a box to label us as lower intelligence because they think you're stupid. So man, I might as well just play along with it. That way you'll get to know someone's true colors. Like, they don't think you know any better, they're gonna show their true face. They're gonna show their true colors. It works in your favor. It really does, because now you get to be like the fly in the wall, observing. And when people don't acknowledge your intelligence or think that you lack it, they're not even going to check on you. They're not even going to acknowledge your presence in a room. So you get to be that silent observer. You get to know people's true colors. It's almost like being a psychic. That's a blessing in disguise. Not a lot of people have that. Some people, you meet them, they're an open book and they get figured out right away, and it's a chess game from there. People know your next move, and you don't want people to know your next move. Move in silence. Be that stupid quiet girl or that stupid quiet boy. Oh, he doesn't know anything. He's stupid. She doesn't know anything. She's stupid. Surprise people. You have nothing to prove. Especially when you're meeting people for the first time. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? Unless it's a job interview and you have to market yourself, or to network an event and you sort of have to speak out and market yourself, you know, there's something that's going to come out of it. But if it's just day-to-day human interactions and a new circle of friends or whatnot, what are you trying to prove? You don't need to show off your credentials on the first meeting or anything like that. Let your actions speak louder than your words. So, you know, to summarize it, playing stupid is an art. It is an art, because a lot of people will underestimate you. They take you for granted. They put you in this category of stupid. And no one likes to be called stupid, but if I gotta have the upper hand in my stupidity over you, and it's going to work to my advantage and tell me who to avoid and who not to avoid. If I'm in a room full of snakes and now, because I've played stupid, I get to figure out who's dangerous and who's not, who's really stupid. I kind of like figured out the cheat code to life, you know? Moving in silence is almost like a superpower, being invisible. So yeah, you really don't have anything to prove to anyone when you first come into interactions with people that are unfamiliar territory to you. You really don't, you shouldn't be under any pressure to prove anything to them, like at all. Let your actions speak louder than words. So